Hey everyone, Dr. Jamie. Today we're going to be talking about the thyroid and 3 must-knows for anybody who's having any type of thyroid issue. But first, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You'll get health and wellness videos regularly. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Okay, I'm going to dive right in. The first thing I'll tell you is that all 3 of these reasons that we are low in thyroid hormone in the body, none of them have to do with how the thyroid gland is functioning. In fact, in all of these scenarios, the thyroid gland is doing its job. And yet, these are the most common reasons we have low thyroid. Okay, number 1 is thyroid hormone is made by the thyroid gland. We all know that. It runs our metabolism. It's T4. T4 travels through the body, and then it goes to primarily the liver and the digestive system, and it gets converted into its active form of T3. If the liver is overburdened with toxins, it's backed up, it's unable to do that job, and if the digestive system is crazy with inflammation, you are not going to get that conversion from the inactive T4 to the active T3. That's a big issue. And most times doctors only test TSH. It will never pick this up. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is high estrogen traveling around the body. We are getting environmental estrogen all the time. We get it in plastics, we get it in chemicals. We are being inundated with estrogen. And it's, again, the liver's job to break this down, get rid of these estrogens out of the body. But when the liver is overwhelmed with toxins and the liver is backed up, it is not getting rid of these estrogens. And what the estrogens do is they take up the parking spaces on our cells that the thyroid wants to park on. So on the surface of all these cells, there's little spots where the little T3 goes in and says, okay, I'm going to connect here and then I'm going to give you the hormone. But what happens is that the estrogen actually goes for the same spots. You may have plenty of T3, unlike the first scenario I went over, but you can't park it anywhere, and so you can't access it in the body. Okay, number 3. This is all about stress and stress hormones and our stress mechanism, adrenal gland. The thyroid runs our metabolism. That is absolutely no doubt under normal circumstances, but the exception is when we're under stress, especially when we're under prolonged high stress. When we're in that situation and the body starts revving up, and this is really classic. You have people who are kind of wired and tired with thyroid. That's very common. The body starts revving up like an engine revs up, and eventually the adrenal gland looks and says, hey, we're running, the engine too much. We got to slow things down. And so the adrenal gland overrides the thyroid and slows down. It's just like when you're driving a car. You're cruising along on the highway, everything's good, nothing's difficult. That's when the thyroid's driving the car, right? Then all of a sudden you get to this incredibly steep grade and it goes on and on and on. And then you kind of have to kick into a different gear because you don't want to blow a gasket. And that's where the thyroid is overriding. Where this really comes into play is with prolonged stress. And oftentimes people go to the doctor, get medication, and then the medication feels great for a month or 2, and then you start to feel your symptoms again. And that's because even though you're being bumped up with medication, the adrenal gland again is saying, no way, man, we're not going to run this RPM. We're slowing down. And that's what happens. What do we do about all these 3? Well, the first 2 you can handle together, which is great, and that is a detox. If you want to clear the inflammation out of the digestive system and out of the liver, you want to do a really good detox program. In my office, I use a 21-day supervised program. I use 28 days. For some people need a little bit more, and that handles it. Then you're able to convert from that T4 to the T3, and then you get rid of that estrogen, and then you can park those T3s on the cells where they're needed. The other one, what I like to do is test people, do an adrenal stress index, because that tells you how stressed your body is and whether or not the adrenals are probably running the show. And it's a really inexpensive, easy saliva test. You can do that at home. You find out all that information. And then, if need be, you get into doing some adaptogens, some adrenal herbs, and doing restorative things to just calm the system down. And then that helps. Once the system gets calm again, then the thyroid can take over and do its job. If you guys found this video helpful, let me know with a like and leave questions and comments. You can also email me and go through drjamiedc.com, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. Till next time. Bye.